Hi, I'm Niki Shah. I'm an architect and now an urban designer. I finished my bachelor from the MS University of Baroda in 2002, so it's been a long time. And after that, I worked for many years. And during that working period, there was one time where I had a thought that I should do my master course and to do further studies, which is necessary for my the field and architecture and urban planning, what I was working on before. So over a year, I did a lot of research about it and got many university, which is like I shortlisted for them. Mainly, most of them were in US, and one which I select from the Delft University, which was I knew from many of my friends. That from that I had an idea that Delft and the Netherlands is there for the education as an education center. And during the process, I had many discussions with many of the people who studied there in the university. And the kind of course I wanted to do, which is more on the after the architecture, the scale of the architecture, and to do on a larger scale, which belongs to city, like urban design and urban planning. So for the Netherlands is important because in the architecture, the modern architecture, all the historical architecture, which is very, very famous, and we did study those uh, buildings and planning schemes during the studies when we were in bachelor. So we had that idea that this is there in European countries and as well as in Netherlands. So that's why the Netherlands and the Delft University was the major point for me that I should select that in that way. And as a student and as an Indian student, I think in terms of financial aspects also it was important and for me because there were possibilities to get the scholarship properly if you have an academics background and the proper experience in that. So that was my inclination towards Holland and the Delft University was much powerful than the other universities in my case actually. So fortunately, I got a scholarship before I went there, so that was a very important aspect and a positive point for me to go there and study there. And choosing Delft University was because it's a more technical university, and I was more inclined towards the technology and the designing aspects of the field. So there were many other universities which has a theoretical background and the history and other architecture schools are there in Amsterdam also. But due to the technical aspects, the Delft was a major point for me in that to go there. Uh, the student life is it's very comfortable there. The important aspects of that the master course which I do, it was in English and it is a 2 year course. So in 2 years there is a considerable amount of time where you can do a self study, you can look around on your particular field, which is I think it's the most important than the 1 year master course where the whole year is very hectic and you cannot do other thing besides your study, which is I think it's the most important part of the education and during the master course. So which was I think it was, in my case it was very beneficial. Student life is comfortable, as I said, because the relationship with the professors and the kind of courses, the flexibility of courses you take, and there are other activities which belongs to social life of the student. Where, like, if you talk about the Indian people, then we have like more than 150 to 200 students working, studying, working there. So we had a group where we can celebrate Diwali and Holi and everything. So that is, I think, it's an important part also if you are socialize, like if you want to take part in that. So I think there is always a possibility in the other culture too, actually. And as a student, I had an opportunity to take part in many other many activities in the university, which is not belongs to your course, but like to general education system. Like you take part in the university development, and you take part in the publications and those kind of thing, where you connect the overall system. And so those kind of thing were really important and. It's kind of second job or the kind of thing which you, besides your study. So I enjoyed that for it. And in the second year, the one very important aspect is the scholarship, which is I think if it's important. The first scholarship I got, which was Delta scholarship when I left from here. But in the second year, I got lucky to get this NUFIC HSP scholarship, which is I think the most important and the positive aspects in the 2 years master course. So there is a possibility always to get, you just have to look at that, and you can get it basically if you have a basic experience, academic excellency, and the kind of work you do in the Delft University, which is I think good enough. Besides that, the kind of course I was doing was more on the social life, urban development, city development. So it always that it's not a bookish. So I didn't read too many books actually. So I traveled around in the Europe. So which was the major point, you can say that. And Dutch architecture, Dutch planning schemes, and the other European country has far, far superior development than our Asian universities and Asian countries, Asian cities. So I think that was a major important point that during the master course, there are many, many times where I just travel around for 10 days or 15 days into many other countries. So that way, I think it improved in terms of personal experience and the knowledge which I need for my course. So that was a very good aspect in that. And the kind of situation I went through for the master was like, I went from here, and in 2 years, that was definite that I have to come back and work here. So because that's an idea when I left here from India also. So I studied there, I worked there for some time in between, and now I'm back. And I think the knowledge and the technical knowledge and the kind of cultural aspect which I gained from there, I think it's very useful now, and the kind of projects I am dealing with in terms of urban design and the planning and architecture, it has a reflection from the Dutch culture, you can say that now. So I recently graduated, so it's very fresh for me actually to start again, and I just came here a month ago, so it was a very good experience and good feeling for them.